Hello there, this is Marcio. This is another episode of Coding with Agents or Culture Coding with Agents. In the beginning, I started with recording the screen of the computer, and now we have seen throughout these episodes where what we have are reflections from from the routine of a builder as we go through the AI agentic days. Well, what we have nowadays is where I usually am filming, right? And I generally say that this is my colleague. It's one of my colleagues. But here's the problem, right? This one is like GPT 5.3, codecs, etc. It's like multi-personas, right? In one, highly influenced by old chunk of coal now on fire here. All right. You can see how on fire I am. All right. Nevertheless, that's the colleague view. This is the canvas. This is like the whiteboard, and this is where the memos, memos lives. And generally, this area is the box or the garage. Call it whatever you want. This is where the thing happens. Okay. Now we have a system today. I just want to give you a, no, like an action. Let's do it together, sort of thing. So I'll just film myself working, I guess. Um, I want there. So I'm going to start recording now because I'm using Jarvis, right? Wispr Flow keyboard. Okay, so what I do is I press Shift Control and space to start recording. Okay, thank you. Hello there, my friend. All right, can you read the playbook doc style memo something file that you find there at the root level of this directory? Thank you very much. After that, please let us set up a new memo file. Today, by the way, is the 23rd of February. And the title for this new memo should be improvement to the user interface of the left-hand side sidebar buttons. Okay. Now, reduce the title and create an introduction that follows from that idea, and then state in the introduction the complication, right? Because the situation is we'll have left hand side buttons for the services. The complication is that we don't know which service is turned on or off, because generally everything sort of light green, right? Now, context should add a two hashes section there to the plan. First bullet, recognizing that we have the left hand side buttons there, you may check about this JSON file that is the database file for the actual systems. Now you may also find that some of these services, they have the web ports, right, the server ports and etc., and also they have a state like running and active or running or something. So recognize that. After that other bullet, then come up with a small circle, like a light, not so small, but inside the button on the left for each item, a circle, rounded, and that can be implemented with a div 50% rounded border. And also it's a circle, and I want to be able to see as a pill on the right hand side inside each entry, each of the buttons, and when the service is inactive, gray, not running, red, dark red, and running, light green. Okay. And by the way, yeah, for the running, I want bouncing, animated bouncing soft style, and that's it. Okay. Now go ahead, after the memo, go ahead and implement everything for me. So after that, you gotta read the memo, and after that, you will implement, and that's a multi-step process. That's a process to think through. Thank you very much. Don't worry, I will review your code later. That's it. Okay, now, right, we got that. You send, go. Okay, there you have the text in there, right? See, it's not a lot actually, right? Of things, because I'm not talking like a beast, right? And then it went through it, read the playbook, some of the other memos, By the way, this is codex high, right? And finish reading the memo. You know, I think one interesting thing that I want to start doing these sessions is to stop right there, right? Because, you know, I want to get used to the idea that you contribute to something, or you're either reading documents or either doing your contribution and then you go as well. It's not only the system that go, right? You also can go and do other things. You can check the results of this later, especially if you can read an executive document later, right? But in this case, let us continue there. So I figure something about inactive, not running, and running, right? We have some memo documents happening here now. So we have the canvas area. Okay, Wiplex projects, yes, running, inactive, not running. To-do plan, that seems to be okay. Visual mapping, inactive as gray, not running as dark red, and running light green. Apply a soft bounce animation to running surface buttons to reinforce active state without creating aggressive motion. Ooh, right? And then still exploring and still working there. That's all good. And that's it, and something else, and I don't have anything to do right now because I am fired. You know, something curious here that I want to show you meanwhile, since we are here together. You see the name of my user in this computer is the Bacon Fired, because the Bacon is my self-deprecated nickname derived from Taboca. Fiery, that you're gone, my friend. It's too late. You gotta reinvent everything in this new world. But again, I generally say that, right? That is, there's things new things happening, and not so new things happening at all, right? It's all the same. Well, maybe it's faster or more mechanized. But you know what's worse? And I have no problems with bots and AI, mechanized, highly productive, doing nothing. I think what we should start paying attention is humans, mechanized, highly supposedly productive, doing nothing. That's scary, right? I don't know. Anyway, still more things coming up there. I don't even remember what's the goal here. Oh yes, the system, right? It's supposed to update there. This time we're gonna wait, okay? We're gonna wait. Yes, there are changes, and many changes, right? If you want to review, that's sometimes really fine. Depending on the project, I review. Depending on the project, I confess, I do nothing, because I start from the premise that many of these systems are intermediary systems, are management systems, are systems to help you out to understand a window into a problem. Okay, so yes, there are systems that requires yeah. Anyway, that's another subject. Okay, let's just find the system here now. This is the services system, right? Yes, this one. Kill, run again. Okay. Ooh, apologies. I just killed all the subsystems because I didn't respect the, anyway. All right, not running. Switcher, launch. Ooh, too soft, right? Too soft to my taste. The render system. What is this? Oh, there's one inactive. That's good. The render system. Launch. Oh, slightly better. Didn't understand. Not running. Where's the red light, right? Article editor. Launch. At least we can see the ones running. That's something, right? You know what I really wanted also is for every time I use some of these systems, I want them to be stacked on top. But that goes for another day, my friend. That's it anyway. Thank you very much.